All right, today we're doing chapter 11.5, chapter 11, lesson 5, and it's all about unit cubes and solid figures. Solid figures, do we know if they have 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, or 3 dimensions, or 4 dimensions? What is a solid figure? Sarah?
Solid figure is like, it's not just flat, it's like, it points up, so it's like 3 dimensions.
It has 3 dimensions. What are the 3 dimensions of a solid figure? Harshita?
Length, width, and height.
Yeah. A solid figure has 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. Okay? Your learning goal for today is to understand unit cubes and how they can be used to build a solid figure. So we're going to be looking today and figure out what exactly is a unit cube and how can I put lots of different unit cubes together to make different solid figures. First, let's look at the problem of the day. It says, classify this quadrilateral in as many ways as possible. How might I classify this quadrilateral? Adam, what's one way? I want you to start taking notes, and today the first vocabulary word we have is unit cube. A unit cube is a cube that has a length, a width, and a height of 1 unit. Okay? So, a cube has 6 square faces. Go ahead and write that in your notes. All of its faces are congruent. What does congruent mean again, Rashika?
It means same.
So all of its faces are the same square. Would you agree? Of course, we're going to ignore the little indentations and the knobs, okay? How many edges does a cube have? Siddharth?
6.
Does it have 6 edges? Let's go ahead and start counting them. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the bottom it also has 1, 2, 3, 4. How many edges is that so far?
8.
Is that all the edges?
No.
It also has 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in the back here. 4. So how many edges does a cube have? Siddharth? It has 12 edges. Are all of the lengths of its edges equal?
Yes.
How do you know? How do you know that in a cube all of the lengths of the edges are equal? And these different rectangular prisms all have different dimensions, right? Some of them are 1 cube long, some of them are 2 cubes long, some of them are 4 cubes long, and depending on how we turn the rectangular prism, we might also have different dimensions in a different order. But my question to you is this: what do these rectangular prisms all have in common? We talked about how their dimensions are different, but what do they have in common? What's similar about these 4 rectangular prisms that we talked about, or that we took pictures of? Adriana?
Well, they're all rectangular prisms.
They're all rectangular prisms. What else is similar about them? Matthew?
They're all solid figures.
They're all 3-dimensional rectangular prisms. That's the definition of a rectangular prism. What else is similar between them? What else is similar? Ariel, what do you notice that's similar between these rectangular prisms? They're all polyhedrons, okay. Let's see. Karan, what do you notice that's similar?
They all have 2 cubes for the width.
Do they? Does this one have 2 cubes for the width? Up here?
Oh,
Does this one have 2 cubes for the width? No. So what else is similar about them? That's not similar, right? Yarden?
they all have a length.
They all have 3 dimensions, a length, width, and height. What else is similar? Zara? They're all made out of unit cubes. Let's see if we can refine that even more. How many unit cubes are in this one? 8. How many unit cubes are in this one? How many unit cubes are in this one? What about this one? So what, with the quiet answer hand, what do these 4 rectangular prisms have in common, even though their dimensions are different? What do they have in common? Marcus?
They all
Okay, let's try it again. How many unit cubes are in this one?
8.
How many unit cubes are in this one?
8.
How many unit cubes are in this one? What about this one? 8. So they all have different dimensions, but what's similar amongst these 4 rectangular prisms, Marcus?
They all have the same number of unit cubes.
They all have how many unit cubes? They're all made out of 8 unit cubes. Isn't that interesting? you can build other solid figures and compare the solid figures by counting the number of unit cubes. So figure 1 right here in blue, how many unit cubes did they use to build figure 1? With a quiet answer here. Clarissa? 6. You can see there's cube number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Figure 1 is made out of 6 unit cubes. What about figure 2 in green? How many unit cubes did they use to make figure 2? Karan? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Figure 2 is made out of 5 unit cubes. So figure what has more unit cubes than figure what? How would I fill in those blanks? How could I finish that sentence? Liam?
Figure 1 has more unit cubes than figure 2.
Yeah, so because figure 1 is made up of 6 unit cubes and figure 2 is only made out of 5 unit cubes, figure 1 has more unit cubes than figure 2. Agree? Excellent. You guys are noticing that they all look very different, right? They all have different dimensions. Some of them have long lengths, some of them have small lengths, some of them have tall heights, some of them just have a height of 1. Sarah said she noticed with her partner that all of these structures had 3 dimensions. Even if the height was only 1, they had a length, a width, and a height. What else was a similarity or a difference between your structures? So one similarity is, first of all, do we agree that everyone's structures look different?
Yeah.
And they all have different dimensions?
Yes.
But does everyone in here structure, does it have 3 dimensions?
Yes.
Even if the dimensions are different? And as Ariel noticed, how many unit cubes did each person use? 12. So no matter what your structure looks like, no matter what your 3D figure, your solid figure looks like, it is made out of how many unit cubes?
12.
So would you say that's a similarity?
Yeah.
Yeah, similarity is they're all made out of 12 unit cubes.